Hello everyone! In this video, I'm gonna be showing you the various ways on how to obtain a nucleus. First, we're gonna start on Astra, which is a certain place or area on Hesperia where everything started. By the way, Nucleus is used for rolling a weapon. If you can get a certain weapon, you can also get the character who owns that specific weapon. But for now, let's focus on obtaining a nucleus first. The first source of nucleus that I'm gonna show you is this one. This is a dandelion plant. As you can see, one of the three stems holds a black nucleus. You can get that by attacking the plant first, and when they scatter, you can attack the one that holds the nucleus. After that, you can just press F and there, you already got it. As for the second source, this is what you call a supply pod. These pods are usually covered in thorns or guarded by enemies which you have to defeat first before you can activate the pod. The first one that I saw is the pod covered with thorn vines. You can activate this by using the composite bow. You just have to hit the pod and there you go. Just wait for the thorns to burn, activate the pod, and you're done. You can get a lot of things here like the nucleus, of course, XP, and dark crystal, which is the currency used on Tower of Fantasy to purchase some stuffs. I forgot to mention that there's also some supply pods which you don't have to do anything aside from, of course, activating it. This one's my favorite so far. As for the third source, this is what you call a chow chow plant. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but yeah. All you have to do is look for this blue watery ball. It's called a water core. You have to lift it up, then throw it right in the middle. The plant will swallow it and then spit out a nucleus right after. The fourth source is the tar pit. Same as what we did with the thorn supply pod, you can just use your composite bow, aim right at the black thing, wait for it to burn, and there, you can now get your nucleus. The fifth source that we have on Astra is this plant right here. This is called Kerosenia. To be honest, every time I see this plant, I am reminded of a dragon fruit, so I usually call this dragon fruit instead of Kerosenia. So again, just like what we did with the tar pit, use our composite bow to destroy the cover. And we can easily identify that the plant is empty because there's no more muddy stuff on it. See? See that? Aside from the composite bow, there's also another way of destroying the black thing that covers it. All you have to do is find the flame core, which looks like a fireball, lift it up, and then throw it on the cover. It does the same thing as the composite bow, and you can do the same with tar pit. I have also found a lost treasure right here. I'm sorry I forgot the name, but I call this music pod because if you step on it, it creates a sound. I solved this puzzle by starting on this music pod right here. All you have to do is step on this first, then look for the pod that is lighting up. That is where you have to step on next. There. Then you can just continue the process and wait for the lost treasure to show up. And there it is. There's supposed to be a gold nucleus and some other stuffs in here, but I already got this. I already did this, so mine's already empty. Oh, and one more thing. If you see this cracked boulder right here, you can break this using a certain relic, which is called a missile barrage. I used my other account for this clip, so it's already empty, but what you can find behind this is a supply pod and a kerosene. Okay, one thing that you also have to take note as a beginner is the different map icons. This blue tent right here is called a small stronghold that have a few presence of enemies which you have to defeat so you can obtain the supply pod on that tent. This three tent icon right here is called hyena shelter. These have different type of enemies, so you really have to be careful, especially when you're still a beginner. If the tent is blue, it means you haven't obtained the supply pod on that specific tent yet. But if it's white, that means it's already empty. Aside from that, you can see this big arrow right here. This is where you are currently standing. The map will automatically highlight the nearest locations of the supply pods or the sources of Nucleus within that area. This white point right here is called exploration point, and this indicates the location of the nucleus or its sources. And this round icon right here indicates the location of the supply pods. Overall, this is a really great help for the players to easily locate and farm for Nucleus.